Ready to let your mind take control? Today I'm going to explain everything that comes in the NextMind Dev Kit and show you how to set it up. And in only a few minutes, you'll be able to start controlling your computer with only the power of your mind. When you order the NextMind Dev Kit, in the box you will receive the NextMind sensor, a headband, and a USB-C charging cable. The NextMind sensor is covered in 9 active EEG electrodes. Each electrode is covered in a special rubber substance that helps pick up the activity from your visual cortex. They're also spring-loaded so they can adapt to the shape of any head. You can clip the sensor onto the headband or even onto a hat. To turn it on, just press the power button once, and to turn it off, press it again. After 10 minutes of inactivity, the sensor will turn off automatically. The Dev Kit also includes some software you can download from our website. First is the NextMind Manager, where you can run any mind-enabled applications and test our demos. Then there's the Unity-based SDK, where you can develop your own mind-enabled applications to use with the NextMind device. Now let's set everything up. First, make sure your Bluetooth is on. Then we're going to launch the NextMind Manager. And then the First Steps application, where we can try all of the demos. I'm going to start by connecting and calibrating my device. Press the power button once to turn it on. Pair a new device. Long press for 4 seconds until the light is blinking. And then click one more time to confirm the pairing. Now I'm connected. So I'm going to place the sensor on the back of my head after I clip it to the headband. The important thing is that the electrodes are in direct contact with your scalp. So make sure everything is fitting snugly and adjust the headband if needed. You might need to comb the electrodes through your hair to get a good contact. Then wait a few seconds to see if the contacts turn green. Mine is perfect, so let's go. Now I'm going to do the calibration. I need to stare at the circle for 45 seconds. If I'm actively concentrating, I'll see a little green triangle to let me know that I'm doing it right. So let's go. So I got a 4. Remember, if you didn't get a high calibration score, you can always go back and try again. Also, the more that you use the NextMind device, the easier it is to have a higher calibration. If you're feeling impatient, go ahead and test out some of the demos and try calibrating again later. Now we're going to see what the demos look like. The idea of the PinPad is basically a small keyboard where you can type with your mind. So I'm going to type a 4-digit PIN number, 0545. Let's try it out. I really like this example because you can easily imagine that in a few years, you're not going to be picking up your phone or your computer all the time. You can basically just look at the screen, unlock it, and maybe even start typing with your mind. Basically what we're doing is creating a telepathic link between you and the machine. This is also an interesting first exploration for accessibility applications. You can easily imagine maybe developing a keyboard or a way to navigate the internet using only your mind. For someone with limited mobility, it's a really great application. And now let's watch some NEUROTV. Here, similarly, I have to activate the buttons with my mind. So here I can display the different channels I want. So let's check out the news, Earth, and TV. And then same, if I want to check out the pause and mute controls, I can bring up that menu with my mind by selecting the button on the right. And then pause and play. So this is an interesting example for people working in IoT. you can imagine having, a smart home or smart objects where instead of using voice control or pressing buttons, you just activate the action that you want using only your mind. So now we're going to try my favorite demo, which is BRICKBREAKER. So this is just like the classic game, except that instead of using your keyboard, you have to move the paddle with your mind. It's actually really hard because you're under some stress, the ball is coming at you, and you really have to concentrate. I can activate this other NEUROTV to blow up some blocks. It's really weird to think that everything on screen is happening because of my mind and not because I'm pressing any buttons. This one is called the platformer demo. So in this example, you have to use your keyboard to move and to jump, but then you have some objects that you have to interact using your mind. So I'm going to lift these rocks, and then blow up my enemies. By combining mind interaction with the keyboard or gamepad, it really creates a new type of game experience. And now let's go to our final demo, the music composer. In this demo, I just have to activate the type of music I want to add to our mix. So let's start with the synth. And add some drums. So basically, you can take the NextMind technology and do whatever you want with it. It can be connected objects, it can be gaming, but it can also just be really fun and creative ways to make music, to make art. Really, what you do with the SDK is up to you. Since this is a dev kit, we give you all the resources you need to start making your own applications. To get a taste of what's possible, check out the SDK discovery at the end of the First Steps application. Here, we'll show you some examples of NEUROTVs you can use in your own development. For example, pushing or levitating an object, activating visual effects, zooming in, and much more. You can download the SDK and access the developer's documentation at any time on the NextMind website.